Drizzy Dre, and I have my
And I'm
co-host
your,
with me,
this your boy Snafu.
and we have a. Would you consider him a guest?
Yeah, he's still a guest.
We have a guest still with us from last
I'll
week's
try to be
episode.
I'll try to be frequent. Your boy Tay.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Hope you all had a great week. Yeah,
Yeah, he's straight.
It's okay.
pretty warm week for the most part.
Yeah.
Didn't
For
feel
the
like
for the yeah, for the most part.
didn't feel like
I like
February.
February back to normal.
Yeah. I guess we can all agree that it feels like February outside now.
Mm,
Yes.
I guess for the most part.
Up, we back at it again. Some more topics. First topic, I guess we'll get into some sports. Tay, I know you was talking to me about the trade deadline. What's your thoughts on that?
Straight. Nothing too crazy. Good moves though on the east side of the board.
What about the West?
West, they ain't really do much.
Hmm.
It's hard to move players around when you got all the power.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Now, how you feel about, I guess, LeBron with, you know, he put all the free agents, on Team LeBron.
Uh, it is what it is. I ain't making no big deal about it.
Do you feel like they're going to Do you feel like? Well, I mean, I know Anthony Davis will end up at the Lakers, but what about Kyrie?
How are you so sure
Might,
that he's going to end up at the Lakers?
I mean,
yeah,
I feel like he will, just
I
because.
don't know. He might stay.
You think so?
No, I don't think he's staying in New Orleans, but I
New
think that he's
Orleans.
going.
I was talking about Kyrie.
Oh,
But like he still got like 2 years left in his contract.
Who?
AD. No, like a year and a half left in his contract.
Right. I mean, he does have the
So
same. He does have the same agent as LeBron.
I just find the whole situation weird.
You feel like LeBron's desperate out there with the Lakers?
Like why you got to team up with other stars? Like
I mean,
just
that's what Golden State
do
basically. I mean, but they built it up to begin with. But I mean,
yeah, but I feel like after the KD situation, it just got worse from there. I'm really like, I don't know, maybe I'm old school.
there's nothing wrong with that. I guess. And when you bring up Kyrie, I mean, Kyrie, I don't know. He's just. I like Kyrie, but I feel like he also. I don't know. It's like one minute he wants to be the man of his team, and then like the next minute, I think they said he apologized to
Kyrie
LeBron.
Kyrie just don't know what he truly wants, which
Yeah.
is understandable. But
No, it's not. You've been in the league how long?
really, he's still pretty young, and this like his first years being a complete leader. So
Hmm.
I don't know what to say. Like I said, we don't even know what he really wants.
Yeah. I guess. Chaz, what's your input on all of this?
I'm not that big on the NBA stuff,
Yeah.
and I mean it's. I don't even remember what I was about to say. Um, as far as I'm concerned, certain teams are going to form no matter what, is going on.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be. Golden State provided enough of a, like basically, you have to decide as a person, as an individual player, what matters more to you. does making that money, which of course is going to be important, important, or do you want a ring? Because you go through your whole career, make, buku bucks, but never have a ring.
That's true.
Are you willing to sacrifice a year or two of your career to, be able to get a ring? Which is only, in essence, for your self-gratification more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because you can make it to the, Hall of Fame with no rings. But do you want to be a Charles Barkley where it's like, oh, he ain't got no rings. He was a great player, did great things on the court, but he ain't got no rings. You have to decide whether you're willing to put up with that for, the rest of your days.
And they don't give him respect.
Charles Barkley?
Yeah. They don't give him no respect.
Uh,
Because
I
of
mean,
no ring there.
you feel like
Well,
rings?
this
So,
my thing about the NBA. I mean, it's like do your own thing. Don't be waiting on LeBron or teaming up with this team and here. Like just do what makes you happy.
yeah,
It
I
is
agree.
what it is.
But I guess aside from all of that, I mean, we'll see how it all unfolds. I mean, we got All Star Weekend in Charlotte this weekend. I guess we'll cover that next weekend. Um,
And we'll see how that goes.
Wrapping up off of that, we got Duke and Carolina coming up, but we are coming off the heels of the Super Bowl. And I know this is more
Fuck
down.
that shit.
Well, before you even say that, we'll just start with everybody thoughts on it. Other than fuck that shit, Tay. We'll
Fuck
start with
the Super
Chaz.
Bowl.
What do you want me to say?
Well, we know that the Patriots won in Atlanta
Yeah.
a Super Bowl.
Okay.
After,
What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
I just want.
The Patriots just won another Super Bowl. I
So
don't understand what the
do you feel like the
big
dynasty will
hubbub is
continue?
about. I mean, as long as they've got um, as long as Brady keeps playing and Belichick's still there, it's hard not to say that. The dynasty can and will continue because as long as they have their nucleus there, that's what's important.
Uh-huh. You feel like the game was boring, Tay?
Yeah, that game was a waste of time, gas, money,
What was
everything.
what made it a waste of time though?
We were just traveling up to my grandparents.
Well, I mean, like, what made the game a waste of time? I mean, like,
It was, but it's two things I was expecting in that game. Either a blowout, which
but
I
it was a
honestly
defense
don't
game.
mind,
I don't know why you would expect a blowout.
Yeah,
because
it's a
this
defense
is
game.
Jared Goff we talking about, and they injured what's his name, Todd Gurley, versus a 9-time Super Bowl appearance team such as the Patriots.
Well, okay, so first of all, are all 9 of those times in the Brady decade or the Brady, sphere, or were some of those pre-Brady? Number 2, that
No,
team is not the same, but that team is also not the same team that has been
Brady
in
and
past years.
Brady and Belichick phase, 9-time Super Bowl in the Brady and Belichick phase. So, my eggs were all in the Patriots basket. So I was like, yeah,
So
they gonna blow them out.
you felt like this defense wouldn't have been nothing in this game. Was it too much defense?
Yeah, I mean the whole game didn't have a damn touchdown until the fourth quarter. I mean, I love defensive football. I mean, it's a great sport in the game. But come on, man, this is the big game. This is the Super Bowl. I was expecting some 70-yard touchdown runs or
You
So
expecting some big plays,
40
basically.
yard, yeah, exactly, 40-yard bombs, or instead of down check downs and
But in essence, isn't this
punts.
what you should be expecting? Because it is the two. These are supposed to be the two best teams in the whole league playing a
Yeah.
game.
Mhm.
This is exactly the kind of game you should be expecting when you turn on the Super Bowl.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but it's also one of the two best offensive teams in the league too.
Mm, you, well,
Right, but you're also giving, Bill Belichick a defensive, like he's a great defensive mind, 2 weeks to prepare for that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, it was, it was lackluster, I guess, but it is what it is. But you have to understand that both of those defenses are. So I mean, that's what you get. Just that. I do feel like, I do feel like the little dynasty of the Patriots. I mean, it hadn't. It's not what people thought it was gonna be this year. Like they thought they wasn't gonna make it. They thought Brady was getting old.
Yeah, that was their whole thing. They're like, they said we weren't gonna make it. They said we weren't gonna do this, and it's like, bro, shut up. Y'all are never underdogs. I don't care what you try to tell me.
Yeah,
yeah.
like I'd find it. I mean, 6 rings. They deserve it. They earned it. You know.
To a certain extent,
I mean, but
but we're
anybody but the.
not gonna go there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how next year plays out. Hopefully, some new faces. Well, two new faces will be in the Super Bowl next year, rather than the Patriots and whoever wants to get slaughtered. Aside from all that, and I guess we'll get into some pop culture here, and we'll start with
I- I'm I'm just tired of seeing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. But yeah, we can move on.
yeah, I think most of America can agree with
Everybody
that.
gets tired of dynasties at a certain point.
Yeah,
Of course, except the people who pull for said team.
yeah.
Because there's a point where it's like, look, I want to see something different. I want to see something new.
Kind of like
And
how it is in basketball.
yeah, people are getting tired of Golden State, doing what they're doing. People want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can respect that. I can respect what Golden State did.
So what makes
But
what makes Golden State? Why can you respect that?
well, I sort of can respect the Patriots too, but not as much as I do with Golden State. But
Why?
Golden State, they work for it. It's all grit and grind. They came from the bottom. They had their draft picks that
To be
nobody
fair, the
paid.
Patriots started like that too.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
say.
Patriots started like that too. But this is Tom Brady we talking about, and Bill Belichick, who's compared to fucking what's the old guy off of the Star Wars?
I won't lie to you. I'm not a big Star Wars person, so I couldn't tell you one character from
I
Star
mean,
Wars.
I know I'm occasionally like Star Wars. I
Are you
forgot
talking
his name.
about like? Are you talking about the one who like leads the Sith? Or you talk? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the dude is superior to Darth Vader.
Oh, you're talking about I can see it. I can't remember right now. It'll
I
hit me in a minute.
apologize to the podcast listeners. We're not very
Well, I mean, it
strong
happens.
on
That's
Star Wars.
yeah. Well,
I mean, I
yeah.
like Star Wars, but
Are you a Star
ain't
Wars nerd? That's what I call them. Every time they drop a movie, you get the people that dress up in that shit. Are you a Star
I'm
Wars nerd?
dressing up. I watch it. Yeah, I watched the last two movies.
I've never seen a Star Wars
Uh,
movie a day in my life.
And like 4 years ago, I was like, I don't really care about Star Wars. I mean, I guess it's a great franchise, it's whatever. But when I started watching all the movies, I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually pretty damn good. I actually fucks with it.
Huh.
The
Interesting.
story of Anakin and Luke Skywalker and all that shit. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. None of those people are. Hmm.
Yeah, I encourage y'all to watch it, try it out. It's pretty dope. Ain't no
Okay.
wrong with having a nerd phase.
Come on.
But yeah, well, I'm saying about pop culture. Let's talk about
Palpatine,
on 21
Emperor
Sep.
Palpatine.
Is that his
Oh,
name?
really? That's his name.
But
I knew it would come to me eventually.
yeah, pop culture, I
Set
guess.
order number
How do y'all
66.
feel about the whole 21 Savage situation? Some people are butthurt about it. They've even started a petition about it.
Okay,
That's his
everybody go
fan
start a
base.
GoFundMe, whatever.
Yeah.
And where that money going to, I have no clue.
Well, if it's for him, then I mean, to get him out of. What's a petition? I
To
mean,
what? Get him back over to the States? He
basically.
can be a perfectly fine grime rapper. You know, the internet connects everybody.
That's what I was
Let
thinking.
him link up with Big Shaq.
Man's not nice.
Man's not American.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I seen,
See, this one thing. Everybody's like pissed because see, they saying, oh, he not really from Atlanta and all that shit. But
Okay, what does that matter? Most rappers from Atlanta aren't from Atlanta.
and
that's what I'm saying.
I was
Like,
gonna say that most
and
of them are not.
all these rappers, like these Compton rappers
Raptors?
or
We got
rap
Jurassic Park up in here too.
rappers, or Houston rappers. It don't matter. Like they probably like moved to Houston or Compton when they was like 10 or 12 years old, and then they scream, "I'm from the set. I'm from there."
So it's a lot of false claiming going around. That's what you saying.
I mean, if 21 Savage said, "Oh, I was born here. I was from here. I ain't born in nowhere else," and then this news came out that he's really British, then yeah, false
Or did he
claims.
say that is the question? Or did he just say
Yeah,
I'm from Atlanta?
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Did he really
Because
say, "Oh,
if he just said he's from Atlanta, then it's fine, whatever.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah"?
but
I was like,
and
that's what I'm
to
saying. It's
I mean,
whatever.
to be fair, in his case, he's been in Atlanta longer than he's been in the UK. Apparently,
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, you know, like earlier today, you said Tay that you blame Trump, and I said, I mean, I think this has been going on. I mean, they've had this organization snatching people up before, way before his time. I just think he enforced that it was time. And some people get butthurt about defending him, but I mean, yeah, right is right, wrong is wrong. If you over here legally, you over here legally. It's not like we can go nowhere. And like the three of us
Make
can't
sure
just
you
the three of us can't pack up and say, "Oh, let's go to damn
see.
Japan."
It's ironic. It's ironic that we have fucking
You picked
borders
the
and
most.
shit.
You picked the most like.
Random place, I know.
No, you said Japan. Like you just picked a place where it was like I don't know where would we stand out the most, and you said Japan. Well, yeah, we're
Well,
gonna stand out in Japan more than we would anywhere fucking else. It's like I pick China. Yeah, all the first of all, we would be considered like basketball players, and if we'd be considered like
gold over here.
gods.
Well, let's
People would just
say,
be taking our picture because they've never seen a black person before.
well, we can't just up and go to Canada without them sending us back.
Well, that goes back to the extradition places. Like, you know, does Canada have an extradition thing? Yes, they do. No, we couldn't go there because, yeah, they would send us back down here in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So I mean, right is, I mean, I just think it's fair. That's how I look at it.
I mean, like you said, if you're not here through the proper channels, then,
You gotta go.
yeah, shit happens,
People,
bro.
I
Now,
mean,
I understand situations like, where if you're a refugee and you're escaping like a civil war where you're being persecuted and you could be killed, that's different.
yeah.
Nah, 21's just over here because he wanted to be, I guess a rapper. I don't know. I don't know why
Well,
the fuck he told
apparently,
me to.
apparently his mom is from the UK. She has a strong accent in the interview, but like a UK accent, British accent, and apparently she just wanted to come over here, and he's been going back and forth. But my whole issue is 21 Savage has been around in the music industry how long? Like what, 5 years now? I mean, so you've had the money to like, get your paperwork right now, just with no problem. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing that, but it's partial paperwork, it's partial, time. The thing
Yeah.
is, they would probably, if he started trying to get like legit now, the problem could be like, oh, you've been over here so long
And that's what got
that
him. That's what got him caught. He was trying to get. He got arrested, but they also found out he had just tried to get legit over here, like
okay, so
November.
then so then there's a problem
Yeah,
because he waited so long to try to get right. They were gonna pop him anyway.
that's true.
You can't like one day be like, oh, you know what? I know I did wrong by you, girl, but I'm gonna do better. And it's like, unfortunately, that's not how this whole thing works.
Yeah, uh,
Because the longer you wait to try to do something like that,
yeah.
unless you have like buku money, it's basically gonna be all for naught.
And Tay, I think you said, you know, you feel like he'll be back in America because of what Jay Z got him a lawyer.
I mean, he'll probably make his trips over here, but he might be stuck in the UK. I don't know, but
But I also stand on the same side as Chaz, man. The internet connects everybody, so there's nothing wrong with him just being an artist over there.
yeah, but he has children in the states, right?
But you can always send money. I mean, yeah, you want to see your kids grow up, so why not? If that's the case, he could do paperwork. If he can't come over here, they can always go over there.
That's why it's a weird situation. That's why, like, if you ain't doing right, it'll catch up to you eventually, and it'll hurt when it do. It really will.
Yeah, I feel like cause they said it was gonna be the immigration, ICE is heavy in the Raleigh Durham area. Where we at? I mean, and you see well, you seen it. I seen it at least on the news, and like I seen it in the stores. Some of the foreigners are really not like leaving their house because of this. But just if you gonna stay cooped up in the house all day, it's not gonna save you. Because if they want you, they're gonna get you.
But it's the thing is, it's either you can go back to your poverty-stricken country with gang violence and corrupt politicians, or
That's everywhere you go. Look at here.
No, but there's a difference. There's like,
it's a really
there's
difference.
some here there are some like, the police might not be great here or fantastic, but they're better than, the corrupt police that will just let shit go because, well, they're getting paid by the people who are letting it go.
Okay,
Like, we
that's
don't
true.
have mass genocides and shit over here. We don't have like a cartel that's just letting shit, fly every chance it gets and have like police on payroll and stuff like that.
Actually, you make a good point. Y'all make a good point. I ain't think of that.
I mean, yeah, it's not good. It's not perfect here, but it's better than what, could be happening to them in their home country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And in that case, they're rolling the dice. They're like, well, I can either, take the chance of being, you know, gunned down in the street just because I don't, you know, have the same political agenda as somebody else, or I can, try to live moderately comfortable illegally somewhere else.
right.
hmm yeah, that's the whole deal.
But when they say they staying in the house, not leaving their houses, I just seem like it's not doing nothing for them. Because I mean, you only just hindering yourself at that point. You gonna stay cooped up in the house?
Well, this is the thing. Like, just well, let's say this. Let's say they don't like they know certain people are illegal, but say they also don't know that other people are illegal.
Hmm.
So staying in the house keeps you from getting noticed, keeps you from being, out in the open where, you know, that shit can, hit you back.
At least
Hmm.
until it somewhere dies down.
Exactly.
Do y'all feel like this will die down?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe,
I
maybe
mean,
not.
they can't have the funding to continue to go all around the country and look for immigrants all the
They've
damn
been
time.
they've been doing this for years though, Teddy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, just saying like,
If they've been funded, ICE has been around since what the 70s. If
see,
they've
well,
been,
this the thing. You telling me we had the funding to support wars and deport illegals, but our schools have a tough ass time. That
Well,
shit is
yeah.
just weird to me.
No, that's just how we operate, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how the system works. It is what it is. I'll just say, do it the right way. That's what my mother always tell me. Do it the right way. You don't have to do it again. So
that's true.
Yeah, but another thing is, if you're trying to do paperwork the right way to get here legally, well, most of the time, what happens is it takes years
yeah,
to get
years,
through.
long ass time.
So if you're able to get through it all, like you could go through the whole process and then be like, nah, fam, you stuck, and it's like, okay, so you gotta, it's that in essence, it's like it's you rolling the dice. You just gotta be like, look, what's best for me and my family right now? Well,
Hmm.
me getting my family out of this situation that we're in is better than getting stuck and having shit happen. Like, I'll deal with those consequences of being illegal later. Let's just,
Make it work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but not everybody thinks that way. There's some people out there that thinks illegal immigrants are like the baddest people of they're like just as bad as terrorists.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's just because that's what they've been told and that's what they've been taught.
Yeah.
well. Aside from all of that, um, the Grammys is tomorrow. I don't know if any of you guys are gonna watch it.
No.
I'll be at work.
No, I will not be watching the Grammys. Don't really care for it.
Is that because you don't like award shows, or you one of the people that like boycotts the Grammys?
No, just don't really care for any of that, really. Look, man, you make music for the people. That's about it. Like that's how I think about it.
Yeah, so that people get to vote on what they, categories and stuff, and then you win. If they
I
make
just feel
music for the
like
people.
if I can make music and at least a thousand people will listen to it and they'd be like, yeah, I like this. I'm gonna
Well, that's not
include
too
this in
far.
my life.
That's not. I mean, but that's easy to do. To make a song and 1,000 people listen to it with the power of social media. Just
So
imagine.
then, so with that being said, people who are like athletes, it's the same deal, right? It's like, they have the skill and the ability to, rush for 150 yards in an NFL game.
Hmm.
Are
Mm,
they like obligated to that, or Should they not be awarded for being great at what they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Just because you're great at something doesn't mean that, there's an old saying where it's like, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah.
And even if, like, you're getting paid by album sales and stuff like that, awards are just like,
That's
that,
just. It's just like it just shows that you did your damn thing.
right? It showed that, like, other people thought you were good too.
Yeah.
Because you can be a narcissist and think that you're, high and mighty shit, but
Not win shit like Soldier Boy.
We still on Soldier Boy?
Well, I'm just saying he ain't won nothing, but he wants all the credit. He's been quiet lately.
Uh,
He's been quiet lately. I don't know if his buzz died down or what.
it's whatever.
Yeah, it is. Well, how do y'all feel about the Revenge of the Dreamers EP that's dropping? Are you excited for it?
Oh, when is that actually dropping? Anybody
If
know?
if I
Anybody
had to
date for that shit?
if I had to guess, I would assume somewhere around All Star Weekend because
mm-mm.
I'm
Nah,
just
I
No.
don't
asking
think
what's a
so.
date. I mean, but I
I'm
do
still
know
No.
waiting on.
J Cole
Still
is
waiting
dropping
on
something
Earth
for All Star
Games
Weekend.
on.
Yeah, J. Cole has to drop something because All Star Weekend's in his backyard now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, Revenge of the Dreamers probably won't come out till like mid to late March or later
Okay.
because they just finished what was recording like a couple weeks ago.
January 6th to the 16th.
Mhm.
Okay, so it ended on the 16th, which was about 3 weeks ago. So they're still mixing, mastering, and all that
Waiting
shit.
for samples to clear, all that good
Exactly.
shit.
So it's not a finished product yet. It's gonna be
I
a
can't
couple
wait
more.
for it.
You say you can wait
I mean,
for it?
yeah, I'm.
Yeah, they say they got like 100+ songs
That's
throughout the
overkill. If it's
whole.
100+ songs, then I probably won't listen to
I
all
mean, I
100.
mean, it's not like the album. It's like through the whole Earth. I mean, not Earth Gang.
The process.
Dreamville team. Cause cause Earth Gang got to release one. J Cole releasing one, and then the whole Dreamville team is releasing one single project.
So when you speak about Earth, enlighten me on Earth Gang, cause I don't know nothing about
Earth
them.
Gang is a group, a duo from Atlanta.
Okay.
I mean, they did mostly collabs with JID. They just released a song called what's it called by Young Thug. I forgot what the name was, but I like Earth Gang. You should look into them. They pretty dope.
Any songs worth mentioning, like to check out first?
Voodoo.
You
Voodoo's a
said
Yeah,
good song.
Voodoo. What's it? Meditate. Voodoo, meditate. I don't know. You gotta look them up. Look them up on YouTube. Look up their first 10 songs.
we'll do.
Pretty dope.
Picking Dr. Seuss. Body, soul will not be moved. My hate silly rose for the fuck of it.
And well, we all know Kendrick's dropping an album this year. So, do you think he's coming off a damn? You feel like the expectations for his next album is gonna be like? Do you think people have expectations for his album that's coming up this year to be too high, or you think it's just right?
Here's my thing about expectations. I don't even have them no more. I'm just like, yo, if you release music, I'm gonna listen to it, give it like 2 or 3 goes, and then get my say in it.
Expectations are always going to be high. Whenever you're in the limelight and you have the spotlight on you, like Kendrick, Cole, Jay, all these niggas, that's what
Hmm.
happens. They got the spotlight on them now, like because they're names.
Hmm. Good point.
It doesn't matter, like you can be, you could put out, you could not have an album come out for a couple years, and then it's like, all right, cool. Well, the moment that you put one out, it's going to be like these high ass expectations just because of what you've done previously.
Hmm.
If you've done anything previously, that's when, expectations get high. You're talking about Kendrick. Kendrick ain't put nothing out for 2 years. This is year number 2 that he hasn't put anything out in. So it's time for him to. And because his last album was so good, people are going to expect a lot from him. That's just how it works. That's just the system. And if he wasn't an artist in such high demand and he wasn't in the limelight like he is, then guess what? It wouldn't be a problem for him.
That's
But
true.
because he is, well, that's what happens.
Hmm. Well, regardless, I feel like he'll drop another. Do you consider? Because my frat brother and a couple of them, and they consider his first album to be a classic. So do you feel like
When they say
it's
his first album, which one do they mean?
um the one with
Good Kid,
Good
Mad
Kid?
City?
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Do you consider that a
Talking
classic?
about mixtapes or albums.
Well, I said
Well, I
album.
mean, technically speaking, um, what's it called was a Section 80 was an album.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
Yeah, Section 80 was an album.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So, do you consider Good Kid, Mad City a classic?
I,
Good Kid, Mad City is a great album. Now, when you say classic, what do you mean by classic? Like, I mean, I'll still go listen to it. Yeah,
So,
all right. Well, like, what's the true definition of classic? Because I've been getting multiple vibes off people saying what's classic, and
yeah, like I guess a classic for
that's
me
my
is
thing.
something that's gonna be timeless, something that you can go back to and listen. I think classics is different
I
for
mean, I think you
everyone.
can. I think that you could go listen to Good Kid, Mad City. 10, 15 years from now, and still be like, yo, this shit dope as hell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But for your question, Tay, classic for me is something that like Chad said, you can go back 10, 15 years from now and you can still bump it like, yeah, this album was fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think it varies for people. I think any album has potential to be a classic if anybody, cuz like the three of us can say an album is a classic and we can agree on that. Whereas you know, one of our other boys will be like, yeah, well, Chief Keef's first album is a classic. It's just what he listens to. You know what I mean? I think it varies for people.
Yeah.
1960 for the fuck movie.
And
Yeah. It is what it is.
yeah,
So, well, for let's talk jump on this. Well, today it is February. Well, this month is February, so apparently it's supposed to be our Black History Month.
mhm.
Apparently,
And apparently,
I thought that was a
I thought
given
it
at this
was,
point.
yeah, I thought it was set in
no,
stone.
because I celebrate Black History every day. So,
Oh God,
So you're one of those people.
yes,
I
Black
don't
History
celebrate our
every
history just 28 days a year. I
So
do it every day.
365.
every day, every year,
Tavy's got
365.
one of those like tearaway calendars that has like a Black History fact on it every day. It's like, and on this day, you know, three black people were able to, shop in a Sears and not get arrested. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's a great Black History fact for today. Like like July 7th. And it's like, yeah, nothing else happened on this day except that. It's like, cool.
Yeah, but the thing about it is a lot of crazy ass shit has been going on. Have y'all heard about the Gucci thing and the blackface thing?
Yep.
I mean, I heard about the blackface. Well, blackface has been going on for however long. I mean, the apparently the governor of Virginia has been he was either in a blackface or he was in a clown uniform. They're not quite sure which one he was in yet. So, but yeah, there's been some stuff going on here or something. Nothing good surprising. Nothing ever changes under the sun.
That's true. And I saw that whole Gucci thing today. I feel like they was in the wrong.
Talking
Fake
about
ass Malcolm X.
3 months. So after 3 months, he gonna put his money right back into Gucci.
I mean, first off, when people talk about Gucci, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you make that kind of money, like the rappers do, then you've earned the right to wear that, you know, material. But so you have a say so. But like niggas like, well, I ain't gonna lie, niggas like me, I've never owned nothing Gucci. I can't even afford it. You know what I mean? Like, the damn. You think so? Well, I wouldn't waste my money on it.
You can buy like a belt or like a hoodie or like a Gucci bag.
I'm pretty sure that shit's gotta be like what, $600?
No,
No.
but you can buy Gucci for like less than 200.
Oh,
You can buy Gucci.
well, niggas. Well, for that mask, I know that mask is itself is like what, 1,000. Should be
I'm
ridiculous.
about to get on the Gucci website.
It's gotta be expensive. Some shit like that, I feel like they'll probably make it expensive. So
See, my thing about it, if you had all that money, would you be wearing designer like that?
yeah, why not?
Let's you raunchy and let's get raunchy.
Why not?
I can't see myself doing it.
If I made 7 figures, like Ti said, he made 7 figures in his post. If I made 7 6 figures a year, you damn right I'm gonna wear the most expensive shit I can because I can afford it and I can spend money on it and it's not gonna break my bank.
I mean, if you bought it,
Exactly. So I understand what he's getting at when he said he's a loyal customer and he won't be doing this and doing that. You know, in his post, his little rant, and he did the same thing for Prada. But he got to realize he's telling people don't buy it, and I understand. I didn't know up until this point that like they had shit for under $200. Cause I don't even bother like when niggas wear Balenciaga shoes. I don't even bother even that shit don't even cross my mind. Cause I'm like that shit is way out of my damn bracket. So,
I mean, them shits are ugly to me. I don't get why people be wearing them.
but the people, well, back to the racist thing though. It's like they have a right to, you know, complain about it. Cause, but as far as the other niggas, like, cause I seen people on Facebook was like, yeah, we boycotting Gucci, and I was just thinking to myself because I didn't know up until now that they had actual real Gucci that you can buy for under 200. I was like, your shit fake anyway. You might as well keep wearing it.
I mean, not everything's gonna be,
So you're
you
right.
can get some.
So I see a Gucci mask, and it says it's a red Peru. It's a it's a Gucci mask, like a little mask, and it is $536.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They have a Gucci black monkey hood, and I saw a R&B singer wear this same one. And it's
A Gucci black monkey hood.
$390.
Why the hell they have that?
Well,
Well, what does it look like?
some shit off Assassin's Creed, if you ask me. But
Oh, fuck that shit.
I'm gonna see.
I mean, that's dope.
It's dope, yes, but
But this my thing about fashion and design and all this shit. All this designer shit. You're willing to pay all that money for a piece of clothing that's only been made for like $8 in somewhere in Pakistan or
I hear you though, man. Like,
right, you gonna have to start spewing your propaganda.
I mean, but no, like I'm just being real. Like, why? What's the
yeah,
point?
we all get it. Shit's fucked up. The system's fucked up. But guess what? The system's been fucked up since 4000 BC, where people realized like, oh shit, I can own somebody else.
So even though it's
And
made
the thing
cheap,
is, you know what? The PlayStation that you playing right now, your iPhone, everything that like most like 70% of the stuff that you have like on your persons or you own right now fall under the this was made under like some pseudo slave labor or slave labor straight up.
Yeah.
so would you? So would you?
So you finna get rid of your PlayStation, your phone,
Yeah.
your clothes, all that shit? No.
Well,
Are you willing to accept a certain amount of
Yeah, I accept
yeah?
that, but I'm not gonna break the bank for a piece of shit. I'm just saying, like, what? Why would I do that? I'm not gonna drop 2,000 on one shirt. I don't
So
know. I'm not.
that's out of line. So that's out of line. But your $1,300 phone that costs $4.37 to make is cool.
Well, I bought my phone for about 250, so I'm Gucci.
So in essence, you're doing you're making it almost even worse. Okay, and then you say I'm Gucci. That's fucked up. That was fucked up.
Bad
I
timing,
was
Tay.
wondering
Bad
when
timing.
I was wondering when y'all gonna pick that shit up.
Oh no,
Mhm.
I definitely caught that shit.
Bad timing, Tay.
You ground the fucking second base, bro. You ground that shit to second base. Yeah, you got thrown out at first. I heard you, bro.
Well, sum it all up, I guess. I guess if Ti say boycott Gucci, the masses will boycott Gucci. But it also leads me to ask though, why? I mean, maybe it is out of racism, but why would you make something that looks like that? Like what? And
It's deep rooted
Blackface
in
is
the
in right
culture.
now.
It's deep rooted in the culture, man.
Blackface is in right now.
so if it wasn't in, then they wouldn't have made it.
Blackface is always in. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It'll never be gone.
It's never out of style, bro.
Never out of style. They just still gonna find a way to do a blackface.
Hey man, Jay-Z said, you know, still nigga, bro. Everything is still nigga. He made a whole video in blackface, and you know what? That's because it's possible.
That's true.
Because guess what? That's how the shit works, bro.
That's true. So what the and Tay, back to what like what Ti was saying when people say they boycotting Gucci. So would and like what Chaz mentioned to you. So would you get rid of your PlayStation? Or would you go get something that's black owned then? If that was the case.
No, I get what you're saying. Like everything in moderation type shit. But
That's not that. No, I'm saying like most of the stuff that people
Use is made for cheap.
want and use now is used from cheap Asian labor.
So what I was asking you is
Taiwan, all that shit, bro.
yeah. So I was asking you if you don't want it made from like labor. Would
oh,
you go
so
support like a
you
black
get a
business?
PlayStation. You get a PlayStation. You save up $300 and you pay for it. $200 you can make that. All right, let's see. It can last you 4 years until the next one came out. But you get a shirt, a Gucci shirt that's made for like $10 somewhere, and it only lasts like 6 months, but you pay $600 for it.
So okay, so then this is what I'm hearing from you is that like slave and child labor used on something that is temporary isn't as important as something that is more permanent because okay,
well,
so
just saying
like you said,
money
no,
wise.
okay, so but this is the thing, so you can wear a shirt every day. If you first of all, if I spend $400 on a shirt, I'm wearing that shit on the regular, bro. Like
So you gonna
that's
wear
how the
a
shit
Gucci
works.
shirt every day?
I didn't say every day, but I'm gonna wear it on a regular basis because I gotta recoup my money.
Yeah.
So I spent $300 on my PlayStation 4, right? But I'll spend a month or two not playing it just because I'm busy doing something else. Like either I'm working and I got other shit going on or something like that. So if it's about your use, it doesn't. That's a whole different thing. Like I get where you're trying to go with that, but it's also not fully capable because the thing is, you might.
Joey's
What's the
going to
matter?
sleep.
Yeah, he did. You might be sitting here like, oh yeah, we got this, that, and third, da 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 da, but it's not. You can't justify slave labor, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that because everything that you like spend, that you anything that you have that's like slave labor, it's gonna be it's a negative.
I apologize to the podcast listeners, and Jay has fell into a slumber. Jay must be tired. You calling him? Keep quiet.
But anyway, okay, anything else you want to talk about, man?
I'm out of the tea, man. I ain't mad at the tea. I was about to end it like Joy.
Alright, bro.
Alright, for the podcast listeners, I appreciate the time. Had a little nice conversation until Jay fell asleep.
Yeah.
Tired, man. He working. He gotta get that money.
Well, for Whiskey Talk, it's snafu.
Okay.
Until next time.
Did you stop the podcast then? Oh God. Oh shit. I'm about to get this. Alright. See.
I'm all out of topics. Unless somebody else want to come up with some topics.
You're all out of energy, bro. Go to sleep.
I am.
Nigga, you passed out. Like, take left. We finished our conversation, so.
Well, I'll say this so we can edit it.